He didn't say nothing to whack. So when you come talking to me, I feel like you're very selective. This is exactly what I meant last week when I was talking about street.
According to circulating claims, Jay Prince may be exerting pressure on 50 Cent for criticizing Big Meech over the rat accusations.
Can't believe people play with people's intelligence the way they play with people's intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all for...
According to rumors, Jay Prince told 50 to calm down or face the repercussions. But history demonstrates that 50 isn't one to back down under duress, and instead, he's displaying indications that Jay Prince may have simply challenged the wrong person.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, you know, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
This growing friction isn't superficial. It stems from long-running issues involving Jay Prince, whose name keeps coming up in discussions about extortion, dubious jewelry transactions, and unsubstantiated rumors about the untimely death of rapper Takeoff with all that baggage. If 50 Cent chooses to openly respond, he has plenty of material.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the proper word, connected, properly connected.
Yeah.
Or whatnot.
Yeah, they getting tripped up on the semantics.
yeah, they get stuck. I mean, right there you stuck. So then you stuck on stupid, right?
Yeah.
You're stuck on stupid and you're not using your power.
The real question is why Jay Prince is allegedly filling in for Big Meech. What exactly did he say? And is he miscalculating by targeting someone as notoriously unfiltered as 50 Cent? 50 has now taken to Instagram to hint at a response that is directly directed at anyone who dares to question his actions. He is obviously not afraid of conflict.
Access to powers that you have, you're looking at it as a negative versus a positive. You know, we all know if you can tap into good people wherever you go.
Wherever. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a blessing, Rick.
Real talk. Real talk.
Who want to have access to power and not...
As things pick up steam, it's important to note that 50 Cent has been continuously applying pressure to Big Meech regarding those informant claims. And he's not the only one. Recently, rapper Top 5 voiced his complaints, calling Big Meech a rat and even tagging 50 Cent in the video, saying, "Come get this fake 60-year-old kingpin out my DMs before I crash out."
You know what's a sucker to me? A sucker is who pick who he be fight with. Right. Like if you sitting and you I'm not going because this. I won't fuck with him, but I think I can take him. Right. You want to fight? You think?
While the majority of the hip-hop industry stayed silent so as not to get caught in the middle, 50 Cent wasted no time in seizing the chance to make fun of Big Meech once more after Top 5 posted a video accusing him of being a rat. According to reports from multiple online platforms, Jay Prince chose to intervene in a situation that didn't initially involve him. Jay Prince allegedly started using his Instagram stories to post subliminal messages accusing 50 of using Big Meech's name to gain influence.
This fucking rat that he could DM me and tap him. Yo, 50 Cent, come get this fake 6-year-old kingpin out of my fucking DMs. Should've worked a regular job like my father. Big Meech, Big Screech. Yo, Lil Meech, call me Lil.
Sources further asserted that he injected himself into the dispute as if he had something personal at risk, even though he was not directly involved. Jay Prince implied that he was the true behind-the-scenes founder of the BMF brand in a brief post that was swiftly removed. If there is one thing that 50 Cent has always done, it is that he never backs down. Rumor has it that Jay Prince may be planning moves covertly, purportedly issuing threats and urging his accomplices to put pressure on 50.
Go out while we was gone, I got a call, you know what I mean? Because the little homie young boy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right, because they understand that, you know what I mean, young boy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
We got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, we got your keys, we got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact with us, bro. Get your shit back, bro.
All good, waiting on you.
He replied with a forceful statement in typical 50s manner, this time highlighting a training day scene with the slogan, "Get the message now." Fans immediately stepped in and made fun of Jay Prince for attempting to start a fight with someone who enjoys conflict. Many cautioned that it's never a smart idea to poke fun of someone who's 50, especially when there are still unresolved issues with Jay Prince's own reputation for people who don't know. The CEO and co-founder of Rap A Lot Records, a pillar of Houston hip-hop with a significant legacy, is Jay Prince. However, his legacy is also shrouded in decades of gossip and street chatter.
Can y'all elaborate on Dice Game when it's tied to y'all?
I know people were associating me with the situation because I went to Labusi pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to me. The truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. And then the night of that game isn't the night that he got leaving Boosie concert the next night because somebody tried to rob him.
You know what's a sucker to me? A sucker is who pick who he be fight with. Right. Like you sitting and you like, oh, I'm not going because this. I won't fuck with him out with this. Yeah, I think I can take him. Right. You want to fight? You think?
There is a commonly discussed unwritten rule in hip-hop that when well-known rappers arrive in Houston, Jay Prince is supposed to act as a gatekeeper or unofficial security to ensure their movements are protected. However, beneath the mystique, serious questions are being raised about what's actually happening on the streets. Jay Prince has long referred to himself as the King of Houston, moving as though the entire city answers to him. There are speculations that Jay Prince and his son Jazz Prince are not only in the hotel industry.
Can't believe people play with people intelligence the way they play with people intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all.
The rumors become even darker when it comes to the dice games they often host. These aren't simply casual hangouts. Some claim the so-called protection is a part of an extortion ring that preys on visiting artists under the pretense of friendly helpers. Some people think that these arrangements are ruses where some visitors enter with the intention of having fun and depart with losses much greater than monetary ones. After the terrible death of, the public's attention was drawn to Jay Prince's camp after Takeoff's death, and many fans and industry insiders questioned why Quavo, Takeoff's close family, was even at one of Jazz Prince's dice events. However, Takeoff wasn't the first person connected to these events. Only months before, Chicago-based jeweler Duke the Jeweler made big money during one of those dice nights, walking away with $100,000. But before he could even reach his vehicle, he was ambushed, robbed, and shot dead. Soon after Duke's death, there was a growing narrative that Quavo may have underestimated the risk, particularly considering the noise level around the Prince family street affiliations. Meanwhile, Patrick Xavier Clark, the man suspected of firing the fatal shot during Takeoff, was officially indicted by a grand jury, but the court has not yet set a trial date, despite the fact that almost 3 years have passed since the incident, leaving many unanswered questions and suspicions. The investigation into what actually happened that night and who might have profited from the silence became even more suspicious when Patrick Xavier Clark, who was arrested for the murder of Takeoff, managed to post an astounding $1 million bond and leave under house arrest just 1 day later. The speed at which this bond was arranged raised questions among fans and the industry, especially given the seriousness of the charges. The story didn't end there. By November 2023, Clark's terms were abruptly loosened. He was no longer under house arrest or required to wear an ankle monitor. All he had to do was adhere to a basic curfew, which required him to be inside from 7:00 p.m. to 7:00 a.m. Many were perplexed by this change and wondered how someone who was suspected of killing a well-known rapper could have previously been given such leniency. Even before the trial started, the next layer of court documents that were released showed that Clark had been hit with no contact orders. This meant that he could not communicate with witnesses, message the families of the victims, or most significantly, have any contact with J. Prince Jr., whose name has been vaguely connected to the incident through rumors and social media chatter. The internet was abuzz with questions about how a well-known defendant went from complete lockdown to almost complete freedom with so little opposition from the legal system. In an exclusive interview with Rolling Stone, Letitia Quinones Hollins, Clark's lawyer, asserted that her client is innocent and that the evidence does not support the accusations. She contested the prosecution's case, arguing that the video footage and ballistics do not support the narrative authorities have constructed against Clark, stating that it was not Patrick Clark. With that assertion, the defense drew its battle lines. Quinones. Holland has made it clear that she plans to completely destroy the case when the trial starts, whenever that may be. The DA's office has yet to set a trial date, and this delay is adding to the skepticism already present in the case due to high-profile names involved, suspicious court leniency, and mounting allegations of influence behind the scenes. According to Patrick Xavier Clark's legal team, the prosecution's narrative doesn't add up, and his lawyer maintains that Clark was just another. She told Rolling Stone, "He was trying to get out of there alive as well. The bystander caught in a fatal crossfire was not the gunman who killed Takeoff, but rather he was in the same position as Takeoff." The defense contends that Clark was not a party to the altercation that led to the violence, rather he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time when the gunfire began. However, outside of the courtroom drama, rumors and conversations about J. Prince and his, there is just one subject at the heart of those rumors that has become more prominent: family. Dice Games rappers have been enticed into dubious arrangements at private games in Houston for years. Many have said that some of these events are more about taking advantage of visiting artists than gambling. It's not the first time accusations of this kind have surfaced. Wack 100 has been one of the most vocal opponents of this purported trend. He has frequently attacked J. Prince Jr., accusing him of planning games of rigged dice. Wack didn't hold back when he publicly advised artists to avoid those circles when they visited Houston, portraying the dice games as setups masquerading as friendly wagers. He even went so far as to speculate that Quavo and Takeoff might have unintentionally been lured into something darker on the night of the shooting, suggesting that what began as a game might have swiftly turned into something much more deadly. These claims quickly gained traction. Jazz Prince denied everything when questioned about these connections, especially after Duke the Jeweler's suspicious death after a similar high-stakes dice game connected to the same circle. He claimed he didn't even know Duke the Jeweler and insisted that his dice games had nothing to do with Duke's murder or Takeoff's tragic death. As long as the questions remain more than the answers, the shadow of what happened that night in Houston won't go away quickly. While many remained silent after an incident with the NBA in 2020, rumors of extortion have trailed the rap mogul for years, and the controversy surrounding J. Prince and his company goes beyond courtroom drama and dice games. In July 2020, YoungBoy finally brought those claims to the public's attention, demonstrating how serious they are. According to rumors, NBA YoungBoy's Houston errand rental was the victim of a targeted robbery, although it wasn't. After a random break-in, his chains were taken, his $350,000 Bentley keys were taken, and the thieves took advantage of the opportunity to show off what they had taken online. Videos of the suspects showing off a 2020 McLaren GT, a white Rolls-Royce, and a white Bentley that were purportedly owned by YoungBoy's entourage surfaced. The situation became even more dubious when a $30,000 ransom was allegedly demanded for the return of YoungBoy's stolen property. The fire was fueled by rumors that it was extortion rather than a simple heist. Instead of complying, YoungBoy called out Jay Prince directly, accusing him of using the so-called check-in culture as a cover to extort rappers when they enter Houston. YoungBoy made it clear that he wasn't interested in any street diplomacy when Jay Prince went live on Instagram and claimed to have YoungBoy's chains and car keys, inviting him to pick them up in person. YoungBoy is not alone in thinking that Prince's move was a calculated attempt to extract more money from him, though. More recently, Cameron and Ma attacked Jay Prince, claiming that his reputation as a street boss may be more about manipulation than leadership. They accused him of protecting rappers and remaining silent when things get serious, particularly when he watched as Kendrick Lamar publicly dismantled Drake, one of Jay Prince's most prominent allies. With more artists coming out, the long-standing mystique around Jay Prince is beginning to crumble. And as more rumors emerge, his empire may have to cope with the fallout from years of behind-the-scenes activities. This most recent round of criticism is only fueling the fire. Although there aren't many hateful critics, the statistics are unmistakable. Shakur Stevenson has the highest ratings in every bout on ESPN this year, and his manager has stated that he has held 3 of the top slots since 2022. Any issues that arise outside of the ring will be resolved directly. Industry insiders are questioning Jay Prince's decision to get involved in 50 Cent's ongoing situation with Big Meech. With years of controversy surrounding him, including accusations of extortion and rigged dice games, many believe this was the wrong battle for him to choose, especially against 50, who is known for revealing adversaries and using meat to create entire empires. What do you think? Did Jay Prince just take on more than he can handle, or does he have a point in defending Big Meech? Let's discuss it in the comments section. If 50 Cent shifts his attention to Jay Prince, it won't just be a social media moment. It could turn into another full-scale production. With the kind of dirt that's already out there, Jay Prince might be giving 50 the ideal script for his next expose. You reached the finish line. Make sure you subscribe and like this video so you don't miss the next in-depth analysis.